Hi guys, Brush and Quill here, coming at you with a bit of a response video. So in my last video, which was about sort of what I've been painting, it was a bit bits and pieces, and one of my subscribers, Bucko's Piffle, whose channel I'll put down in the old doobly-doo below, he asked what was happening around the 6 Mil project in India, the Battle of Assaye, where the East India Company and Arthur Wellesley fought against the Maharathas in the Second Anglo-Maharatha War. And it raised a good question and a good answer, really. Sort of to reassure, first of all, no, I haven't given up on it. No, I haven't lost interest. No, nothing like that. It's still there. It's still something I want to pursue. I have purchased the figures for it, a variety of figures from Bacchus, and there'll be some from the Irregular Miniatures range coming in as well. I just have had to do some research around it because of the lack of obvious and initial information. So the first place that I started for, if you'll bear with me for a moment, for my research was this book here, which is the Osprey campaigns book. But the Indians in a lot of the pictures, obviously this is one done. This might actually be a period one. Sorry. Look a lot like this. You know, they're brightly coloured. They've got breastplates. They're carrying shields and stuff like that. Or they look a bit like they do in this one. Now, this one was painted for Osprey, but these are the Arabs who they hired. The Indians hired. They're apparently superior soldiers. They hired them as mercenaries. But you know, this is how they look. They're very indicative of what would be considered irregular soldiers, opposed to the mainline troops. And then, sort of from that, I purchased this book here, which is the Pen and Sword publication, which again, you know, sort of like here's some Indians, you see, like here, being these dragoons, I think. And then if you go through some of the pictures, the pictures in this one? No, it's just maps in this one. Oh no, here we go, sorry. Yeah, so that's sort of how they look in that. I'm just marking a quote there. Which led me to this book, that book was written based off of this book. As you can see, like here again, those troops, you know, he's got swords, shields and stuff like that. And even in this book here, which is a very good book, by the way, which is a look at the East India Company and what happened to it, and it doesn't paint it in a good light at all. The representation of people of the time is not, you know, favourable. You know, sort of here's a cavalry charge, you know, and there they are in all their different colours and all their different things. So I've been having to do a bit of research, and basically, despite reading through, what was that, 5 books, I've come down to 2 bits of information about the generic, the mainline infantry, the regular infantry. And the first is a quote which is from the Anarchy. It says about some soldiers which they encountered. It says, consisted of 1,000 sepoys in white jackets, commanded by 3 French officers who wear blue coats. So obviously they're not, although they're in white, they're not in the sort of dress they were shown there. And then in this book here, it says about a British observation in 1802, and it says the uniforms of the sepoys are the same as the company's, so look like the company sepoys. So so are the accoutrements, with the exception that they carry a sword as well as a bayonet. So they look like a company sepoy, except they've got a bayonet and a sword. And then, interestingly, the band, which was in full tune, marched by my little camp, played nothing but English tunes. So even the bands are playing the British stuff. So they say very much that they were uniformed in regard to the European and French discipline. So they looked and behaved in the same way. So that's what has been holding up that project, is the fact that it's taken me 5 books. I've got one on a Kindle as well, that's why. To find 2 lines of information, literally 2 lines of information about how to paint these figures. And, that's obviously delayed stuff a bit. It'd be interesting to hear from you guys. Have you done projects yourself where you really struggled to find out whether or not, how a uniform looked, or what people wore, or maybe the flags they carried, and had that similar struggle with your own projects? Or is it just I've been an idiot and I've picked one that's really, really hard? Either way, you guys have a good one. And I'll see you hopefully at the end of the week with some more painted figures.